Hello and welcome to another edition of the Fatu Network News Review. Today, 5th February 2019. My name is Omar Wali. Hamad Nkeba, the party leader and the Secretary General of the National Reconciliation Party, has responded to remarks made by the President of the Gambia Bar Association, Richard R. Mende. And during the opening of the legal year, Richard made a statement which did not go down well with many people. We'll bring that story and many more. And we'll also be talking to Coach Basamba Jao about the statement made by the President of the Gambia Bar Association. But before that, I will start with the papers. And Standard Jammeh not registered as APRC leader. That is the statement from the Independent Electoral Commission that despite the Opposition Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, claims that former President Jammeh is re-elected as their party leader. And the Secretary General, the former president's name is not on the list that was submitted to the Independent Electoral Commission. And the statement further went on to say the list we got from the APRC did not include Jammeh. As far as the IEC is concerned, the list that the officials gave us stated for Bakari Tombonjata as the party leader, and the list did not include Jammeh at all. The IEC chairman, Aliu Momor Njai, confirmed to the Standard newspaper yesterday. And the list of the APRC executive goes as follows: Osman Rambo Jata, first deputy; Bori Koli, second deputy; Yankuba Koli, national mobilizer; Musa Amul Nyasi, spokesperson, etc. But Jammeh is not on the list. That I can confirm, the chairman said, told the Standard newspaper yesterday. And Barrow Youth President preaches reconciliation over revenge. The president of President Barrow Youth for National Development, Ansu Singate, has said his organization will not act unlawfully and will continue to choose love over hate, reconciliation over revenge. Mr. Singate made this remarks over the weekend during the handing over of 7 brand new pickup trucks and 14 motorbikes to the regional headquarters. The President Barrow Youth for National Development, according to Singate, was formed to consolidate and mobilize community support and engagements of citizens in national development, and therefore making the President's desire of transforming the country into a modern state a reality. However, many political commentators, including the President Barrow's own political native home, that is the United Democratic Party, the UDP, have said the group is a masquerade of a political movement, meaning that they're seeing it as a kind of a consolidating power for the president. Police recorded 141 criminal cases in 2018. The police public relations officer, ASP Lamin Jai, has revealed that the anti-crime unit of the Gambia Police Force has registered at least 143 criminal cases ranging from theft, robbery, vandalism in 2018 alone. Njai made these revelations over the weekend at the anti-crime unit headquarters in Bijilo. He added that out of 143 cases, 108 have been prosecuted and convictions already secured. And then he said, and I quote, "We have about 16 cases that are ongoing at the courts and 19 on investigation as we speak," P.R. Njai said. He said 382 people were involved in the cases, and out of 347 people have already been convicted, many of whom have already been given jail terms. He said the anti-crime unit is up to the game in dealing with crimes, adding that the police have recovered most of the suspected stolen properties from individuals who have involved in the crimes. That is what the spokesperson of the Gambia Police said, told the Standard newspaper over the weekend. And 58 lawyers called to the bar. A total of 58 lawyers were yesterday called to the bar after successfully completing their legal studies at the Gambia Law School, marking the 7th batch of lawyers since the establishment of the school 7 years ago. The lawyers comprise men and women of different nationalities who were certified on the colorful ceremony attended by the Vice President Ousainou Darboe, the Attorney General, the Speaker of the National Assembly at the Law Court Complex in Banjul. Addressing the graduates, the Chief Justice Hassan Babukar Jallow challenged them to live up to expectation and be upright as lawyers who are ready to serve the interests of the people. That is what is on the Standard, and the Point newspaper is reporting that Barrows could be seen as a rival to the United Democratic Party, says the Brikama North MP, Alaji, the National Assembly member for Brikama North, Alaji S. Darboe, has said that His Excellency President Adama Barrow excuse me, could be seen as an enemy to the United Democratic Party after his recent move to publicly demonstrate his full approval of the youth movement, dubbed Barrow Youth Movement for National Development. Though the president also made it clear that this youth movement is not a political wing, many political pundits tend to differ, as many have labeled this movement as a potential political foe to the United Democratic Party. Darboe made this disclosure at the party's recent National Youth Congress, which attracts thousands of party loyalists, held over the weekend at Gunjur in Kombo South. And Deputy Imam speaks against gay marriage. The Deputy Imam of Sancheba Sule Job, Abib Choi, yesterday has urged the government not to enact law that would allow same-sex marriage. The Islamic scholar was speaking to this medium during an interview at his home in Sancheba Sule Job on Saturday. He said the current Gambian constitution provides for marriage between two people, but added he was not sure whether it specifies genders. He urged the Constitutional Review Commission to draft laws in the new constitution that would prohibit sodomy. I want the constitution to state clearly that only a man and a woman should marry each other. He urged that if the constitution allows people to marry without specifying gender, that could encourage people to same-gender or same-sex marriage. And another story, the Point also is reporting that the anti-crime unit registered 142 cases in 2018. And the first home-trained journalist conferred degrees, that is the University of the Gambia, on Saturday graduated the first batch of journalists graduated at the 11th convocation at the Q City in Bijilo. The 13 disciples, as described by the Dean of School of Journalism and Digital Media, Nana Gray Johnson, said this will go down in the history of the country as the first home-trained degree holders in journalism. The 11th convocation was presided over by the Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, His Excellency President Adama Barrow. And the 11th convocation was presided, and the 13 students were Babukar Kamara, Sekou Sise, Karabulai Conte, Aisa Jan, Lamin Jahate, Momodu Kante, Malik Mbub, Mustafa Mbai, Sam Mende, Beka Njai, Bala Musa, Sede Ablai Si, and Omar Wali. They were conferred Bachelors of Art of Journalism at the University of the Gambia. And on the Voice newspaper, the Voice also is reporting that UDP will consider Barrow an enemy. Alaji S. Darboe, the Deputy Administrative Secretary of the United Democratic Party, has said that his party will consider President Adama Barrow as an enemy if he continues to back the Barrow Youth Movement or Barrow Youth for National Development. And 58 new lawyers called to the Gambia Bar Association, that is at least 58 new lawyers, a similar story on the Standard, have been called to the Gambia Bar Association, have been called to the bar. And these lawyers include Gambians, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Cameroonians, Rwandese, and South Africans. And the Chinese community in Basse celebrates New Year's today. The Chinese community in Basse, Upper River region of the Gambia will today celebrate their New Year at the ceremony, which is to be held at the camp in Mansajankunda on the 5th of February 2019. The celebration will take a form of a 2-hour party, after which workers will go back to their normal road construction work. The Chinese aid project are in the region to construct road and bridge on Basse Patoto Road. And Foria is reporting that Omar Toure detained for more than 72 hours. Omar Toure, who was arrested on Thursday, 31st January 2019, is still held in police custody beyond 72 hours limit stipulated by the Constitution. Section 19 of the Constitution states that any person who is arrested or detained and who is not released shall be brought without any undue delay before the court, and in any event within 72 hours. And up to yesterday, the 4 newspaper is reporting that is the 4th of February. After more than 72 hours, Mr. Ture was yet to be brought before a court of law. According to the family members, he was arrested for allegedly insulting both the president and the vice president in a WhatsApp audio for the second time. And that's all we have for you on the papers. I'll move on to a story that is the party leader and the Secretary General of the National Reconciliation Party, Hamad N.K. Bam, has responded to remarks made by the president of the Gambia Bar Association, Richard R. Mendy. It could be recalled during the legal year celebration held over the weekend. Madam Mendy said, and I quote, the Bar Association has therefore to be remain strong and must continue to serve the judiciary in a particular and public in general faithful, and as an instrument within the judicial system. The association will set up its contribution towards the country's growth and national and development that will endanger peace and national unity. And it is for this reason that we are opposed to the action taken recently to resuscitate the establishment of the youth movement based on personal agenda. Such action can only result in the reputation of the disunity among the youth, who should now be encouraged to work in harmony and incredible social activities. And at a press conference today, the NRP leader, Hamad N.K. Ba, said this. Let's take a listen to Mr. Ba.
Give you an example of a statement that was made by the Gambia Bar Association on Sunday, on Sunday the 3rd, if I'm not wrong, the 3rd. Sunday the 3rd of February. It was the celebration, the legal year, what we call the opening of the legal year in the Gambia. The president of the Bar Association made a very disturbing statement that worries many Gambians who are Democrats, who believe in the rule of law. And it's disturbing because the president praised the Bar Association for standing by the Gambian people in 2016. He congratulated them for standing by the verdict, supporting the Gambian people, insisting that the verdict of the Gambian people must be respected, and they sent a very clear message to President Yahya Jammeh at the time. It was commendable, and the president made mention of that. Disappointingly enough, we heard from the president of the Gambia Bar Association on Saturday, on Sunday, raising concern about the creation of youth movements in the country. Knowing fully well, the Constitution has clearly spelled out, Chapter 4, Section 25 of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia had made it very clear. The freedom of association, freedom of assembly, freedom of worship. And this is the supreme law of the land. And these are entrenched clauses of the Constitution that nobody can change without going through a referendum. For the president of the bar to raise concern about the fundamental rights of people who organize themselves in the form of a youth movement, it's a matter that concerns every good citizen of this country. We bring following question to the Bar Association. Are they negating their responsibility as provided in the Constitution that as a body They are expected to defend and preserve and protect the provisions of the supreme law of the land as judicial officers, people in the service of Gambians in getting justice. It is spelled out clearly in the Constitution. Are they negating that responsibility and now being partisan? Being partisan for the simple reason that a political party or a member of a political party, a National Assembly member of a political party, and a political party have raised concern about the Barrow Youth Movement. Are they now openly supporting that political party? Are they associating themselves with that political party? Are they no longer independent? Are they no longer defending the constitutions? We want answers from the Bar Association. We are concerned as citizens of this country. We want answers from the Bar Association to tell the Gambian people. If they are partisan, they have now decided to be part of the other part of the political divide. We need to know. We expect them to be the body that will stand by the Constitution as they did in 2016, that will respect the Constitution, that will respect the rights of citizens, that will defend the rights of citizens, that will protect the rights of citizens, and be ready to do what it takes. We want answers from them as urgently as possible. If not, we will take appropriate measures in the court to seek for a redress. As a party, we are concerned, and we want answers. Secondly, the same president of the Bar Association is talking about the TRRC. Yes, people have been mentioned of having committed atrocities. Yes, they've been mentioned. But is that the reason? Is that enough reason for that particular person or persons be arrested or be dismissed from their jobs without being allowed the opportunity to be heard, without being allowed to wait for the report of the TRC to be published, to be done and be completed and be submitted for us to make a judgment? I further put more questions to the Bar Association to answer. If everybody mentioned should be sacked and be removed, and the commission is just starting, what are we going to end up with as a government? Do we know? So the Bar should have a lot of answers they have to give to this. The speech they made, in their name, their president, should answer these questions to us. If I say Musa is a thief, he should be arrested now and be sent to Mile 2 without being given the right to be heard, or without being questioned also to explain, or otherwise. We are not defending torturers. We are not defending anybody who have violated this law. We are only saying let's allow the due process to take place. Let's allow the commission to do its job. Let's allow them to submit us a report as a nation.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm going to replace my AfriCell 3G SIM card.
Why use a 3G SIM card when you have a 4G phone? Replace your 3G SIM card today for the real AfriCell 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
Really?
Yes, get 1 GB for free just by replacing your SIM card at any AfriCell outlet. With no loss of contact, the cost of bundle from the 3G SIM card is the same for the 4G SIM. And guess what? With the 4G SIM card, you can also connect to the 3G network as well.
This is so cool. I'll replace my 3G SIM card right away to the real 4G SIM and receive my very own 1 GB for free.
From AfriCell, it's always real and it's for free.
Where AfriCell goes, no one has the speed to follow.
That was Hamad N.K. Ba, the Secretary General and the party leader of National Reconciliation Party there, talking about the remarks made by the President of the Gambia Bar Association, Rachel R. Menley. In this similar vein, during the press conference, Mr. Ba has responded to Osman Rambo Jatta, the Deputy Party Leader of the APRC, who threatened to bring proofs if Hamad Ba did not keep quiet. You may remember during the NRP Congress in Lower River Region, Hamad Ba said he was offered a job, a vice president position, during the political impasse by the former president. But a few weeks later, the deputy leader of the APRC party during their rally in Brikama said it was in fact Mr. Hamad Ba himself who offered, who lobbied to be appointed vice president. And Rambo even said if Hamad Ba did not keep quiet, he will come with proofs. And but today at the press conference, Hamad Ba also said this. Let's take a listen to Mr. Ba.
On the other side, I think it's important that I throw light. When I raised the issue in summer that I was offered a job of a vice president, rejected it. I had one man called Mr. Rambo. Usman Jata said I asked for a job. How can I ask for a job for a government which is dead? That's killed, buried. Let me give you the story. On Independence Day, on the 24th of December, 2016, I received a call from somebody who said, he's a pastor. We want to meet you. I said, what? He said, we want to meet you. I said, for what? He said, it's urgent matter. I said, let's meet in our bureau on the 26th, Boxing Day. They came here and said, look, we are interested, if you are interested to be vice president, we want to offer you a job. I say, who are you? They explained themselves. Say, we've already met the president. I say, I'm not interested. I don't want to be. You know what I want? Tell President Jammeh that we have got him a place to stay outside the Gambia. We'll give him all the facilities he wants and take him out of the country. And I mentioned the country, gave him the contact person, gave him the person to talk to me. When we went to Nigeria, myself and my father, to meet the heads of state of West Africa, to discuss about the issue of ECOWAS taking a firm position. After the meeting, I said, let's go to General Abdul Salam Abubakar. We need to get Yaya Jammeh somewhere. We went to Abdul Salam, myself and I explained to Abdul Salam, said, this is what we want. Get us somewhere we can take Yaya Jammeh, so that he can leave the Gambia. We don't want bloodshed in our country. He agreed immediately. He took a flight, went to a foreign country. The next day he called me to say, we've got a place for Jammeh to go. And that's the contact person of the minister responsible. They will take charge of everything of Jammeh. When the guy came here, these two people came, I said, look, I'm not interested in any job. What I'm interested is President Jammeh to respect the verdict of the Gambian people. And that we are supporting him. They went back to report to him. He couldn't believe the story. It was so good to believe. Then they came back to us. I informed President Barrow was in the picture, 100%. He was in the picture 100%. Then they said he was sending, President Jammeh was sending somebody called General Baji. They asked where to meet. I said, what time? They said night. I said, I'm not sure, meeting at night. Then these people assured me that we could meet at night. I sought the permission of President Barrow. He said, don't worry, go. We'll also get a vehicle to go after you, to look after your security. Don't mind going. We met somewhere. This General Badi came. I said, who are you? He said, I am General Badi. I said, you are the General Badi I hear much talked about? He said, yes. I said, I've never seen you. He said, I have been sent by the president to come and say what you said to this people, to say it for us to hear. I want to go and relay the message to him. I said, that's the telephone number. That's the name of the minister. That's where we are ready to take him. If he wants now, we take him immediately. With all his family and assets. We are ready. We want peace. He went back to him. They wanted in writing. I went back to the president, Barrow. Said, let's put this in writing. We put it in writing. We sent the letter to him. Now he agreed to negotiate, and he started wavering. At one time, we felt that we are wasting our time. The other time, he said, okay, come. We are ready to move now. We made another offer. The National Assembly is meeting. We can go back, increase your salary, give you wages, give you extras. If you want to stay in Kanilai, we are ready. We can put an emergency bill right now in Parliament. Because there was this emergency state, that emergency you were going to do. We offered him that again. He wanted in writing, we did. This thing we did. We made again another 1 a.m. meeting I went to. Place I didn't know, but I was well secured. When there, we had a meeting with his people and with Secretary General Jallo was sent, and then we were negotiating this negotiation. But I think Jammeh was seemingly undecided. Wavering, but we were committed. At one point, Barrow said no. Now that he's decided that he wants, let's call more people to be involved beyond us. And we invited other coalition members. Then we sent him the other offers for him to accept, and then we move him quietly to take him to. Barrow is a very nice person. So we move him to Kanilai, no problem. Let him go and he's a Gambian. So then what we saw was something different. He was determined to stay, come at every cost. We were not sleeping too. President Barrow is a very smart head of state. If anybody thinks that you can take President Barrow for a ride, you are making a great mistake. While we are talking and negotiating, he was also doing what he has to do as a president, because he has assumed the responsibility of an elected president and that respect the verdict of the Gambian people. Things were well in advance. At the time, he knew, but Jammeh knew that it was not a joke anymore. It was too late for us because we couldn't trust him anymore. That's how the story ended. So, for Ahmad Bah, really, I think when Rambo made the statement, he should have looked at it to say, a government that is dead, that is finished, and Jammeh knew what we did, because we got the ECOWAS behind us. After the ECOWAS meeting, there were only 2 heads of state that we were not sure of, who are supporting the Gambia 100%. And we came to realize that. One of them was Guinea Conakry. We were told that this Guinea Conakry, don't trust him. He's not supporting. And Bala Jahumpa was brought in the negotiation. We brought Bala Jahumpa in the negotiation because we were together with him in Nigeria, and he saw what happened. What they did, we torpedoed it there. They came to bring a bad press page to a Nigerian journalist. We caught the journalist. We called an emergency press conference. I asked Mike to address it. We addressed the press conference, exposed them, because they wanted to, so that we were ready to kill Jammeh, do this, and very bad press they gave to a journalist. But we are smart enough to overcome that and then counter the press conference. Bala Jahumpa realizing that really this so, because by the time he arrived even the meeting of the head of state, we have done it, it was almost finished. So he realized that there was no way, and that's why Bala was convinced that they need to negotiate for Jammeh to leave. He was involved in the negotiation in the beginning of it, prior to him going to India. And he was very committed to make sure that really President Jammeh leaves peacefully this country, and then Adama Barrow be sworn. So there are a lot of things that have happened. We didn't want to talk about it that much, but if really Rambo Jatta, and we have more to say, but we are stopping there, because I know that the person who was involved will make a statement. Because I called the person. He will make a statement to say, Rambo, I didn't tell you that. Very soon. You will hear that too, at the appropriate moment. So what I'm saying is, APRC have more to think about. The revelations in the coming TRRC, that's what they need to know how to manage it and what they are going to tell the Gambian people. Yes, 1994 was on APRC, but the leadership of the APRC was in charge of the country. That is President Yahya Jammeh. November 1994 has not been talked about yet. And some Gambians will be leaving this country when the revelation of 11 November 1994 is talked about. Some will leave this country. Because I met some of them who were in exile prior to their execution outside this Gambia. How they've been treated, you will come to know. The Farafenni attackers, when they talk, some Gambians will leave this country. I think these are the things that the APRC need to start thinking of how to battle up with. That's where they have to think about what they are going to tell the Gambian people. With all this revelation, what are they going to tell the Gambian people? It's a matter of concern. Some of you were in school when these things were happening. You didn't know about this. But some of them who knows very well what happened, the likes of Tombong Jatta who were here and others, would have a lot to explain to the Gambian people. It's been a dirty, very bad acts of human rights violation that have happened in the Gambia.
The Gaitaf Special Economic Zone is a 160-hectare mixed-use business park strategically located within the boundaries of Banjul International Airport, The Gambia. It is the only economic zone located within an airport in West Africa. Gaitaf Special Economic Zone is segmented into 4 separate zones: Commercial Zone, Industrial and Light Manufacturing, Logistics and Warehousing, Residential Zone. It is a highly secured economic zone with top-notch infrastructure, with eco-friendly buildings and beautiful landscaping. With attractive incentives and access to a pool of labor within the Gambia and the sub-region, the Gaitaf Special Economic Zone has already completed warehouses available to investors. Located less than 30 minutes away from the international seaport of Banjul, investors in the Special Economic Zone will enjoy a unique proximity to major markets around the world, including Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. For additional information, please visit www.gaitaf.com.
That was Hamad N.K. Badia, the Secretary General and the party leader of the National Reconciliation Party. He is also the Minister of Tourism and Culture, making justifications or shedding light on the claims made by Rambo Jara that if he did not keep quiet, he will bring proofs that he was the one who lobbied for the position of vice president. But Hamad Bass, during the Congress in LRR, NRP Congress in LRR, said former President Jammeh offered him the position of vice president during the political impasse. Osman Rambo Jara then came and said it was Hamad by himself who lobbied. But today, Hamad also gave a different story. So that's all we have for you today. From me and my team, we thank you all. Till tomorrow.